Welcome back, Bulls Nation. It's a great night. We got some Valorant going on for you guys today. Today, we got USF Gold taking on Old Dominion University. USF having a 2-2 record right now in a three-way tie for fourth place. Old Dominion trying to find their way back into the season. They're 0-4 right now. I got Elias with me today. How you doing?
Hi, I am doing well. A little bit under the weather the past few days. Got a little bit cold again, but we're doing well. I am here with Christian. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, Gasparilla took out a lot of the people in the Tampa USF area.
It did.
But for today, we got some kind of big implications here. USF 2-2, and in that three-way tie for fourth, top 5 make land. So they have an opportunity here to try and put themselves into a position to make land.
Yeah, they just really got to fight for it. They got to keep that placement. If they can get even higher somehow, that's the best case scenario for them to make that land.
Yeah, I mean, any opportunity to get on land.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely amazing, yeah.
Yeah. For today, though, we've got some interesting games coming up. We are starting out on Abyss here, then we are going to Bind, finishing off with Haven.
Yeah, and USF is going to be defending all 3 of those maps, so I hope they got their protocols in place. It'll be a fun one, but it looks like we are almost ready. The players are loading in. Old Dominion having kind of a hard season.
Yeah.
0-4. 3 of their matches they were swept, and then they FF'd the 4th match. So been kind of rough for them.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit difficult for them. They're going to be trying really hard within this to, get those points back, to get back on the horse, to put themselves in the running. But it's going to be very difficult for them. USF is going to be fighting for this 4th place spot here. As far as team compositions go, we've got some interesting stuff going out here.
Yeah, we have a Yoru on the side of USF. You see that a lot now on Abyss, just that opportunity to go across the map super quick with the teleports. Double smokes on the side of USF as well. I'm sure they're going to be defaulting that Viper wall. I personally love Astra for this map.
Absolutely, me too. Astra has so much great utility here with her stars. She just sees a lot of usage on this map, especially within the games that we have seen here from USF. So it just works out really well. USF running this double smoke, as you said, very, very good idea. There's just a lot of different angles to cover, especially on this map.
Execute onto the B site, an early kill here. Jiggle going to find it onto Walrus. Hayden going to fall as well. Jiggle getting a good start here, finding an early 2K, and now USF having to retake here as Old Dominion has their foot planted. Jiggle, though, going to fall to Vel. Spider evening out the numbers, now a 3v3. Vel from main, all 3 players sitting around default as USF starts to swarm. The swing comes through. Dirt's going to fall. Lineups finds the trade, but Davey gets his, and the dink to the head. Vel's going to close it out, and USF with a nice retake there.
Yeah, pretty clean pistol round coming out from USF here. Usually these are a little bit scrappy. ODU did have a little bit of trouble keeping that foothold, but USF comes out on top there.
Whoa. Vel did a little, he BM'd his own teammate.
Got a little crazy with it there. A little crazy.
USF feeling pretty good after that first pistol round, going down 2 numbers pretty quickly. Jiggle just got out. He kind of got a little over-aggressive, I think, going into CT, but nevertheless, good start out of both sides, really. Both sides showing some life early on here. But
yeah, for sure here. Seems like USF is going to go for a little bit of a force, going for some of those heavy shields. Just going to try and get some damage down pretty early. This Marshall, not going to be as strong as the Outlaw could be, but Spider's going to get one out already, taking Jiggle.
Spider finding that early pick, finding a second one, getting his ecos down, make it 3. He wants more, though. He'd make it 4. Walrus, give him his ace. What are you doing? But he finds the kill. Just a quick shutdown there on that anti-eco.
Beautiful 4K coming out from Spider. I don't know if he was going to be able to get that 5th one because he was in that reload cancel back to back. But there was a chance for it. He was the GOAT there. Really, really clean plays coming out from Spider, putting him in the top frag here. USF going to stick with some of these cheaper buy guns for now. However, ODU is going to force up already, putting themselves in a pretty tough position if they lose this round.
Yeah, we do still see that default wall leaning towards B. It looks like B is Old Dominion's bread and butter as they're leaning towards there. Kind of a stall out here. They're playing long angles with Walrus. I think they're just playing a long retake.
Yeah, they're going to get up on site here. ODU does take the site. Walrus is going to back off. Probably going to go for a retake with the team since Baby Gravy coming in from mid.
Yeah, the Astra
finds
getting
one
caught
with
out.
Yeah.
Oh, Spider!
Spiders.
Oh my gosh, please.
Okay. Discipline there.
Davey finds the kill, but Dirt finds 2 frags for it. Now Spider gonna get caught out as well by Dirt. Dirt having a good round. Hades, though, with the Outlaw in hand, could be a little bit dangerous. They're just trying to do some eco damage. Looking for the shot. He finds 1, he finds 2! Oh my gosh! Hades with a nice little 2K there to get some eco damage.
That was nasty coming out from Hayes. Those are some clean headshots, really clean transfer between the two targets, going between the short sight and the far sight there. But wasn't quite enough to take that round, giving ODU their first round on this board.
Nice little, I love that little, what is it even called? A little phone thing?
I think it's called a flex.
Flex. Yeah, whatever that is. It's a phone.
Yeah, they're flexing on me with their agent phone.
Yeah, with their 2 kills. All right, here we go.
Oh.
Okay. Yo, change the camera! Change the camera!
Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Get this off my screen! Oh my gosh.
The flex is showing us things that we don't want to see on stream. USF going in here, doing a pretty decent split hold. Nothing too targeted here. They're not too sure what to expect out of ODU for this hold. But ODU is leaning towards this mid to A path, essentially.
It looks like there was a tech pause for Old Dominion.
Oh, yes. There is a tech pause ongoing. Didn't even realize, yeah. Okay, we're probably going to get back on the timer
ODU-R.
here. Yes, everyone R. Yay. We have some of this chat covered.
Yeah, this is going to be, I think, the first default here. They're in a 2-on-2. Jet leaning a little bit towards mid. They are throwing that. Oh, he threw his TP down, but they did not start the timer.
Well, the timer's starting now.
There we go.
After a little bit of a hiccup there, it seems like both teams are going for that 2-on-2, honestly.
Yeah. They do have the bomb leaning towards the B side. They've honestly kind of loved going towards B. We have an aggressive angle here in this A main. Jet holding an early on angle. Hades, though, going to fall to lineups. An early kill going to make it that much more difficult for USF, to try and spread themselves out.
ODU's Viper is pretty well hit, though, so didn't go down without a fight. Going to put ODU in kind of an awkward position here to push with the Viper, but everyone else is still in good standing.
2 players sitting outside of A while all of them are occupying mid. They could really choose either path here. They're so split up. Look at this Yoru just pushed way up in mid, getting on this angle as well. Gets caught out, though. Davey and Spider both finding kills to take the lead in numbers. And now Jet trying to make some noise. Will fall to Vel, but the other 2 players for Old Dominion are entering onto this B site.
Yeah, Old Dominion's going to take B site here, going for that plant really early. Walrus going to rotate back just a little bit, waiting for the rest of the team to join up so that they can play for some retake here. But ODU does take the site. They do have that Sova ultimate ready, so they may opt to play off site here just to get some damage onto that defuse.
Yeah, this Astra for Old Dominion is going to be the win con. He has to find a kill or 2 here to give Sova the opportunity. But Walrus diffs the Astra, and now in a 4v1, he's just going to go for the swing, finds a consolation kill, but Davey cleans that one up.
Very clean shots coming out there. A little bit risky, just kind of full peeking with that dart, but they had that numbers advantage that just, they didn't need any prep to that peak, you know?
No, they're goated, both teams.
Yeah. No, there's some good plays coming out of ODU. There's some good potential. The way they took site last round there, they got on site pretty easily, just kind of waiting it out after some time, and they were able to just to get up and get that plant down. They weren't really able to fight for it the way that they had hoped, but overall, there is some strategy there coming in.
Old Dominion on a really bad buy right now. Looks like they're trying to force into this. Viper is 1 away from her ult, so it could be dangerous if they get a kill or 2 and drop that one down. The swings come through. He sees 4 in A main. The flash! You got to get 1! Okay, he did. Vel finds a kill and backs on out with his life.
Yeah, USF in this 5v4 here. They have a little bit of a numbers advantage. Taking out the Sova early, that's 1 less ult online for ODU.
All these players trying to exit now. Davey pushed way up into mid. Just fully inserted himself. Jiggle expected him, but will fall. Looking for a second. Davey finds the second. Looking for a third. Davey finds the third. It's a Davey diff. And now they have the bomb and all the space. GT Cats with nowhere to run. Trying. but Davey finds the 4th.
Davey with that beautiful 4K in the kitchen cooking up some gravy, or, you know, whatever they say. Disappointing my co-caster with my commentary today. But beautiful plays coming out from USF in that round. 2 ults online on this board. 3 coming in soon enough, only 2 points off for each one. So USF's in good shape here. Their economy's looking great. ODU is in a really tough spot here.
Yeah, on this eco, they don't really have any guns going into this. USF have an amazing economy right now. Looks like they're going to go for a little A split. 2 players pushed up into A main, dodging that knife. Spider might get caught out and be a little bit surprised, but the flash comes through. Find your shots! Spider finds one, but dies to dirt. And that's a gun down.
Spider gets stuck in that spray transfer and just can't get out of it.
You got to reset it. Davey finds the lurk onto Jiggle, and now lineups. I hope you have a lineup for this corner here on your right, because I don't know if you're going to expect this one. KO doesn't expect it, though, but finds the kill still. That was a gun diff.
Yeah, that was truly just a gun diff. The timing would have been legendary if Viper had anything else in their hand, truly, honestly.
Yeah. But, alas, they did not. Now, Old Dominion on their full buy, needing to win this round and find their way back into the game. Bunch of good ults here. They got Sova for post, Viper for getting onto site and post, and they got Astra for getting onto site or post.
Astra Wall really can be used in a lot of different situations. It's just very, very strong altogether. Viper's Pit as well.
Yeah. USF does have the KO online. They really love to play this aggressive A angle. Look at Spider just getting in their face. Actually gets blinded by Vel, so
gets
looks
body
cool.
blocked by Vel as well.
Yeah, looks cool. Didn't end up being cool, and all it ended up being was a death and a trade. But Vel gets out with that KO ult, which is important.
Yeah, this is a 4v4 here, pretty even so far, based off the losses. Both Jets gone. So a lot of great utility is still in play here. Davey Gravy going to try and get some information, thinking about putting a dart into A main. He's going to play close instead. Throws out the drone. ODU is going to back up, opt for this mid push here. Chamber, Hades holding this angle though.
He's looking to try and get his kill here. He's got the TP set up so he can get out really quickly. They're fake breaking that door. He hears all of them, gets the TP out after getting the kill, and gets the info knowing all of the remaining players are running towards the B site. With that Viper wall down, they're going to try to execute the fake out. Oh, the shot through the smoke. Lineups evening out the numbers. KO is still online.
This is a 3v3 here. Dirt Zero taking out Hades there. So 2v3 now. But Davey Gravy gets one with the dart. Wow.
Shock dart.
Shock dart.
Shock dart.
Viper does pop that Viper's Pit, trying to keep some of that site control. Yoru is very, very low on health, so probably just trying to compensate, kind of treating this like a 1v2. And using Yoru as a drone, basically. Vel gets that pick, though.
1v1 situation. Viper coming out of the smoke. Normally it would be a good play, but Vel with the 3K finding that Viper and closing out this round. I mean, it's been so close some of these rounds, but USF just keep managing to pull on through.
Yeah, USF in pretty good standing so far throughout this game. Haven't had to use any ults for these retakes either, which is just putting them in a really great position. They are about to have that.
No. I was going to draw. I was going to draw for the first time.
Do it.
No, Hades was going to have an op, but he didn't.
But
I could draw this. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Sword of Force is online and active, so Hades does have an op here. I thought you were going to circle the Astra's ult.
No.
I don't know. I was like, okay. So I was going to pop this ult really, really early, just trying to get some damage on Spider, who's pushed up very, very far. Does get a little bit of a hit. Gets taken out.
A big punishment there for Spider and Vel, playing aggressive every single round. Now the execute comes through. They're finally coming out. Vel! Oh my gosh, with the 3K. A spray transfer as they were coming out of A main. Just absolutely beautiful. And now lineups again alone in this 1v3. And it's going to be a very tough task for him to pull through.
What an amazing set of kills coming out from Vel here. Walrus is going to wrap up this round, putting it in USF favor once again. What? Insane. Insane.
That
like,
was
I'm out of words.
That was insane. The spray transfer. He found the first one. I think he accidentally hit the second one, and then he spray transferred to the third. That was just a beautiful setup there. He is going for this Outlaw. Does have op money, but they are all light shields. So
yeah, absolutely. Knowing that the Outlaw is probably just going to be a wiser choice here, knowing ODU is going to be on that save, you know, just save a little bit of creds for the next round.
Just
no
hit
need
your
to
shots,
force up. Yeah, he's got this. USF has some really stellar plays coming out tonight.
Does find the kill onto Sojol to open up the round. The only one they had to worry about was Jet with the knives, but Jet will fall. Davey finds that kill. Now a 3v5 post plant as all of ODU kind of stuck on site. Sova finds his way out. 2 players stuck left on site. Davey with a 3K looking to make it a 4th. Walrus cleans it up before Davey dies, and it's going to be 8-1 USF.
Can we talk about that read from Davey, just knowing the Astra was going to be outside of, like, that little cubby hole there? That was kind of insane. I don't know. I would have not have thought about that. Just what a clever little read there.
That's why he's playing on stream and you're casting it.
Okay, so you're also the one casting. What is this diss? What is this?
Davey 15-2, Val 12-2, both having great games right now. Davey won off the ult as well, but Old Dominion on a full buy. That's been a rare commodity for them this half, as they've been struggling to get back into this best of 3.
Yeah, ODU's in a really tough spot here, but it's not impossible. They could have a comeback here. Could just be a really tough attack for them. Hades is going to be spotted out by this Sova drone. Gets the pick, though, onto Jiggle.
Hades able to find the kill onto Jiggle. He tried to, like, bait that he was leaving, and then he ran back, and nobody peeked him. It was funny. But
he had a thought there, a strategy.
Spider on this lurk here on their back line, and it looks like they are completely unaware of it. Spider walking up. Please knife somebody. This would be amazing. But he doesn't. He finds 1 kill, finds the second one, knows where the third is, because his game sense is goated. And Spider with a nice little 3K to clean that up.
Yeah, once again, USF is just reading ODU like a book in this game so far. Just figuring out some, like, really specific angles, knowing exactly where to look, fragging out. Davey Gravy, Vel, and Spider are playing amazingly tonight, as per usual, but it's always great to see. Just really exciting stuff coming out.
Another eco here for Old Dominion, saving up for this last round. USF now with the op online. We do see a hero rifle out of lineups. You see 2, actually. Jiggle is going to buy up here as well. Spider again on this aggro angle. He loves to get up and active. Hades getting active with the op too. Oh my gosh, Spider, hit your shots.
Does hit the Viper pretty low here. Is it going to be enough? No, but does take out the Astra.
Lineups finds the kill onto Spider after the Yoru blind comes through. Vel cleaning it up and finding the second one as well. Davey getting a kill of his own, and it's a 10-1 half so far as we go into this last round.
Yeah, here we go. In this last round here, all or nothing for ODU, so they're going to force up as much as they can, but still looking a little bit tough for them in this economy. They're not really seeing too much as well as ults here. They're really just not.
3 ops.
That's 4. USF is being a little bit mean to their opponent.
And a judge. 4 ops and a judge.
4 ops and a judge is what they're going to go with here. ODU has no ults ready for this round. Does not have that much in favor for them right here.
Davey with the op in hand. Has the right angle to find some kills. Almost gets the collat. Actually does do damage to the Sova. Cats finding kill onto Walrus. Jiggle just running it down and flying it onto Davey. Vel finds a trade. And now a 3v3. Sova 1 HP. Too many ops in hand now. Dirt finds the kill onto Hades. Still 1 HP. The knives come out, and it's all up to Spider to keep this momentum going.
Spider with these knives. This could be a major clutch moment. We've seen Spider fragging out this game. Gonna pull out that op. just for a moment there. Gonna get spammed with some util, gets taken out. USF.
Little bit of
karma.
That
was karma.
Karma would be ODU wins the next 11 rounds.
Okay, it was karma for their idea on that round, for the concept of that round.
But back to square one. We are on a pistol round. USF now on the attack after having a great defensive half and are looking to keep the momentum going. Looks like they're going to be leaning a bit towards mid. Do have that chamber trip placed down in between A and mid. So it might turn into a little A split with a late chamber A lurk.
Seems like that could be a really good plan for them to get that early utility on who's holding where. Try to maybe do some noise baiting in mid. Raise some alarms, raise some flags, and then just take A site.
They do decide to run it down, but they're getting run it down right back at him. Jiggle finding the early kill onto Spider, now tasked with trying to just escape, finding another kill through the smoke, and USF down numbers just like last pistol. Davey with a nice shot onto Jiggle, shutting that down. But look at this lurk from Hades. Dirt just completely unexpecting it and falls because of it. But USF, will they be aware of this Heaven player? Smoke did go down, and it looks like they're going to get a plant as well.
Smoke about to go out here, Heaven, but USF doesn't suspect anything. No peaks coming out from Heaven there.
This high-low in CT lineups in Sojul 2v2. Who's better? The blind comes through. That blind might be the difference. Lineups finds one. Davey finds the other. And Viper, 1 HP. Astra floods out of Heaven. And Davey is going to fall. A 1v1. Walrus, it's light work, finds the kill, and takes the round.
Great round coming out from USF. Some really great headshots going on. Mid was a little bit scrappy, going for that run it down tech, that mentality. Just kind of didn't work out too well, but USF backed up, took a moment to breathe, got some clean headshots. Hades with that lurk gets them the A site basically for free, and it just kind of works out.
Davey just having a phenomenal game here. The 5 assists, both initiators, Vel and Davey, 5 and 7, 12 assists combined. All of Old Dominion kind of having a difficult time here, getting on the board, all 5 of them negative. And now USF just going to barrel down here onto A as Old Dominion gets aggressive here in mid. Won't do too much here. Can Viper find their way out? And they do, into Heaven. And USF just get a free A site.
USF does take this site very, very quick. ODU trying to figure out what to do if they want to commit to this Heaven. Sova's going to put a drone up there, gets shot out.
They were expecting the lurk flank. Spider getting too aggressive here. Going to fall early on. Could be a bad omen for this retake as Walrus trying to find the kill, but he's going to fall to Jiggle actually. Hayes able to clean it up. Vel and Davey get one of each of their own. And now Astra on low HP does find a kill onto Davey. Is running with a 3K right now, trying to get that smoke down, but this angle is going to be pretty unexpected. Whoa! Hades! It's so close. I don't think he got it. He did not get it.
Jumps off the map. This is a round in the books for USF, but ODU did come out victorious as far as kills in that round.
GT Cats, just the absolute goat there, sitting everybody down. I think Hades accidentally fell off. I don't think he meant to go to his right
just
so
fully
much.
Committed on it, yeah.
Yeah, and almost through, almost trolled, but it was calculated. And USF putting ODU on match point here, 12-2.
Yeah, here we are, 12-2. ODU going to be doing as much as they can to try and keep this game going on. Otherwise, it ends in a loss for them.
That would be.
Yes. Well, yes.
Old Dominion having to find their defense here and sit up. USF getting out. The judge in the face. Jiggle finds one. Davey gets the trade. Couple of trades coming through, and ultimately USF will have the numbers advantage and sight. But Spider getting aggressive again. Finds the kill onto Sojul. Now it's all up to Cats. Can they do it again?
GT Cats here trying to push up. Thinking about going Heaven. Ends up going CT. Is going to get chased down by Walrus. Walrus gets that
Back
headshot.
and forth.
Yep.
USF, I can hear them squealing in the other room. Take map 1. And they got to be feeling pretty good after that performance. That was a pretty good start to the series.
Absolutely. That was a really, really good game. USF did get to show off a lot in that game. Yeah. So really great plays coming out from both teams. USF coming out on top victorious here in this first game. We're going into bind next. What are we expecting to see?
I mean, the comp changes so much. You can run like a double duelist, raise Yoru. You can run a single duelist. You can run double smokes. Like, I don't know what they have been running, so it's going to be nice to see what they will run.
Yeah, from my experience, seems like bind is kind of a map that we tend to avoid.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting to see it in play here. So I'm excited to see what's going to come up and what we're going to actually get to watch. But for now, we're going to go to a short break, but we'll be right back with some more Valorant for you.
And we are back with game 2 on Bind. We got the comps locked in, both teams running that Yoru. But other than that, some variation here. USF having that Astra, the Waylay, but both teams also running the Fade Viper as well.
Yeah, Fade Viper can be strong here. Fade gets a lot of interesting utility. You know, with her Haunt, she can kind of get a lot out of just like some of these smaller choke points, especially on A, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, both teams too running this double duelist, so we're going to see super brawly comps on both sides. Running that Fade, I mean, it's kind of, I guess if you run the Yoru, you're kind of counteracting Skye. You don't really need a Skye if you're running that, but going to be super brawly here. Old Dominion leaning towards this B site, having a Fade lurk early in A. USF pushing up into showers. That Fade Dog does go down just to make some noise, but 2 players on the side of B for USF.
ODU is going to push in here a little bit, creeping in here.
Oh.
It's waiting for it. Spots 1, pops the wall.
The TP does come through for Yoru on the side of USF. They have the reinforcements. They do invest the smoke here, but I think that's just trying to push them away. But look at Spider here, just sitting up in A main. Will they clear him? If they do, it might be a free kill. If they don't, it might be 3 kills. But he does get cleared out. Lineups finds it, and that's going to open things up onto this A site.
USF's going to rotate over after that kill goes down. Hades gets taken out as well.
Plant going down default. USF in a 3v5 situation. Yoru on 1 HP for Old Dominion. And they're just going to have to try and flood out and hope for the best here.
USF looking out for anything that they could potentially see, but ODU is going to be playing a little bit hidden here.
No one giving peeks. GT Cats does. Another one does in Woodbox. Is going to fall. Davey finds that kill. Now still a 3v4. 1 HP for Viper. Dirt is going to find a kill onto Walrus. This one is going down in the books as an Old Dominion win.
Yeah, great hold from ODU here once they got that plant down, honestly. They get onto site super cleanly. They win their fights after that rotate back, and they take site, they hold site. They've got the lineups ready. They've got everything ready to go for these holds.
He's living up to his name now. Lineups.
Every
living up every map. We didn't see it on the last map, but we did just see it right there. He put it right on default. USF on a rare eco, maybe the first of the series, as they're trying to find this eco. Okay.
This is getting inappropriate.
Stop
scribbling. USF getting a little naughty after their loss of that first round. Just trying to keep their spirits up, trying to, you know, stay a little silly, stay a little lighthearted. Round does start here. Hades is going to hold close here with a shotgun, with a shorty. ODU's pushing up, slowly getting closer to window here.
USF is 5 stacked onto B. Hades about to dump someone's face, and he does with that shorty. Looking for a second one, but has to run away. Decides to go with the classic for some reason and will fall for it. Dirt finding the trade. I would imagine Old Dominion's going to pivot here. The Viper on this A site pushed all the way up.
Viper's got A site completely for free.
But they just execute.
Viper's probably going to go for this flank here, but Fade does take the teleporter over to A in Bath, running up to site here. I think they're just going to go for this flank. Viper's going to wait for someone around this corner.
Oh, I would assume that they would expect this. Spider does find the trade. Now a 2v2. Raze going onto site on B might have low-key thrown this round if USF is able to find their way back into it. The util does come out. The trade comes through. Vel, he does still have some health. And the Spectre now. But Dirt has the headshot and has the round for ODU.
Yeah, the Guardian's a really clean play here. If you can land those headshots, it can be a very strong gun, especially early game. So USF is going to force up here, going to get some of those actual rifles into play, into circulation. ODU, their economy is in a much better state than it was in the last game. They're going to be able to go for some rifles as well. So they're pretty much matched up here. ODU is a little bit closer on some of these ultimates, though.
Yeah, ODU, this is supposed to be their bonus round, but they are buying into it. They got 3 rifles on top of the Guardian. USF need to try and find their way out of this unscathed, or else it's going to be a bad start to the half. Shots come through in hookah. Some land onto Jiggle. The Viper Molly does come down along with the Raisinade, going to push Hades out of hookah as they take it as well. 4 players leaning towards B for Old Dominion.
ODU's Viper is getting a little bit stuck here. Gets taken out by Spider on this flank here.
That's probably going to speed things up for ODU here on B. I'd assume after this Viper wall comes down, they're going to call the execute.
Absolutely. Throwing out that blind there. Sojal's going to pick up the pace a little bit here. Gets found out by Davy Gravy, though.
Davy finding a 2K. Vel finding one of his own. Davy kind of just like was elusive around that fade eye. Hades finds the kill to close it out, and we said they needed to get through this unscathed. How about a flawless for USF?
Beautiful round for USF, taking advantage of the rifles that they finally have in their hands. They're going to put ODU in a pretty bad spot, though, with their economy, because ODU did force up for that last round. So now they're going to have to go into a pretty hard save here to try and catch up.
Yeah, kind of a rough decision by ODU. I mean, it's all hindsight. Like,
yeah, for sure.
If it worked out, we'd be like, oh, yeah, nice, they full bot, and it worked. But they needed to speed up a little bit there. The flood out was kind of awkward.
Absolutely.
Out of B, but
a little bit clunky, a little bit messy.
Oh, look at this.
Vel's holding very, very close here. Gets one down already. Spike is out. Davy Gravy getting 2.
Finding the 2K as they were trying to get the trade onto Yoru. A quick 5v2 now as Old Dominion, Jiggle, and Fade are like, what happened? Where's my team?
Yeah, Jiggle and Dirt kind of stuck in an awkward position here, not wanting to cross through these sight lines to get the spike, but they're running out of options here.
USF just running it down, and they're going to find the kills. Davy with a 3K, Vel getting 2. It's the Vel and Davy show.
It really is the Vel and Davy show tonight. They are really just playing out. They are doing the absolute most, and it's working out so, so well for them. ODU, once again, able to force for some of these guns. USF's in a great position here with their economy, and they have that Fade ultimate online, which is a lot of great information.
ODU getting pretty close here to a couple ults, too. A couple of big ones. Brim, 2 away from Viper, 2 away from Fade. So I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, they're leaning for an A hit, so never mind.
Yeah.
I was going to say a default here and, playing like the external parts of the map, but.
Yeah, default, trying to get those orbs, trying to get as much ultimate build as possible in this round. But it seems like that's not going to be the move. ODU's going to try and flood out onto site from A short. Going into U-Haul here.
Execute does come down. It looks like they just want to get this bomb down, and having that Brim ult for post plant. They don't really care about the other 2 at the moment. Brim, I don't know if you know, but you got bomb, brother.
I don't know if he knows either. Vel does take out the Brim, though. Spike is now down in his sight line. Davy Gravy pops that ult.
2 kills going both ways. Hades just knowing that he's in that corner but can't find the kill. Davy gets 1, but 2 go down for USF. Now Davy in a 1v3 situation. He can be lethal. He finds the dink. He knows the second player is coming as well. The Yoru just completely ditches him. The TP through.
Yoru's going to take the TP again, wrapping back to A.
Leaving the Rays alone in TP. Yoru could be kind of dangerous. It's going to turn into a 1v1, and then Viper's going to show up. Yoru needs to just chill out here.
Yoru's probably going to go for this U-Haul hold. Very low on health, so doesn't want to take any fights that he doesn't need to take.
Yeah. Rays finally finding their way back as Davy getting out onto site. 12 seconds on that Fade Eye, but this is going to be super difficult for him to manage.
He's going to wrap through U-Haul here, trying to clear as much as he can. Pulls out the knife for a split second. Gets the yard.
Finds the first one. But Viper, though, in main. Davy finds a second one. He's on a 3K. Can he make it a 4th? He halves it. But GT Cats is clutch. He's got the clutch gene and finds that kill.
GT Cat's pretty locked in on this game. Gets that ultimate, too. So ODU in pretty good shape. 3 very, very strong ultimates online. They've got that Yoru ult. They've got that Brimstone ult. And they've got that Viper ultimate. Yoru ult, great for intel, gives a lot of information, allows for a great reposition as well for the Yoru if they choose to use it that way. Brimstone ultimate, great for post-plant, just a lot of damage in one little area. And Viper's Pit, of course, great for holding site, great for post-plant, great for getting onto site, very versatile, very, very heavy control.
I'm surprised that ODU hasn't really called a true default at any point.
Yeah.
There's
very, very interesting.
They see USF, like any opportunity that they get, they take space if there's nobody there to contest it. But they like to just push out here, and they're just on to A site planting the bomb.
I'm not going to say it's not working for them, though.
Dirt and GT Cats finding 2 kills. USF fighting one of their own. And 3v4, bomb still not down. 3 ults online for the side of ODU. They're kind of awkward here. They're just like chilling, and you all like, now what?
Yeah, this kind of keeps happening where ODU kind of stalls themselves into a corner, and then they realize they need to get back out onto site and get that plant down. Gonna pop that Yoru ult, trying to get some information.
I think that USF actually has a Viper orb like placed on default, because it goes up and down, so it makes it really difficult for them to get the bomb down, and it's causing them to just rotate here.
Just completely rotate, leaving their raise, though, in U-Haul.
Oh! Hades does find the first kill onto Dirt. Looking for the second, he does find Sojul. And now, reclaiming the numbers advantage, Hades has single-handedly held this one down. Make it 3. You can't jump through a molly. And now Jiggle, with only the judge in hand and 1 satchel, you got to go for it. You know you got to.
Not much else to do, just gets taken out by Walrus there.
USF evening out the score line 3-3. A much closer game here. Vel with the op online. ODU on a default. Or not default, sorry, eco. Yeah, I don't know. Whenever I played this map, I really like this default where you have players split up here like 2 and 2. And then you have just one like kind of going back and forth between here, kind of just maintaining that space. And if you just kind of deny space and try to feel out where they are. Yeah, you see Hades with this lineup here. It crosses the map onto default, and it's just so hard to stop.
Yeah, that is a beautiful lineup. Back to what you were saying about that default, though, it is a really interesting way to play, especially because this map doesn't have like a proper mid space.
Yeah.
So it's like going for that 2-1-2 is just kind of like a really, really oppressive way to play. Very confusing for the defense. But it seems like ODU is going to go for this long push here.
Spider finds the kill onto GT Cats. Vel with an op shot, alerting all of ODU not to peek long. But he does TP over to A. 2 smokes go down, and it looks like they're going to flood out. Davey finds one. Hades finds one of his own, and now lineups on 1 HP. Tries to run and gun, but Davey shuts that down.
Yeah, stuck in a really awkward position there. It seemed like ODU considered about teleporting out, putting those smokes down just to try and get out and get to A site, but wasn't able to, just kind of getting ran down, taking advantage, USF taking advantage of that timing.
Op still online. We do see a full buy on the side of ODU. Jiggle can't do too much, but does have the ult in hand. Gonna probably just plop on down. 4 ults online for both sides, and it will be kind of a crazy round. It's paused, actually.
Yeah, it seems like we are once again on a little bit of a tech pause, but ODU has been a little bit hesitant to use these ultimates in these rounds that they have them available. So we're going to have to see if they actually end up popping any of these. USF last game didn't have to use too many of them in order to retake site, to keep their control, to do anything. So... You know, it's going to be like kind of confusing to predict if ults are going to actually get used within this round or, you know, before the end of the half.
Yeah. They are kind of split up here. We do see Yoru Viper leaning towards A. The other 3 players leaning towards this B hookah area. So they're probably going to do something pretty quick here in A main and just kind of make some noise.
Yeah, it seems like that is the objective of this A main push, just to try and get a pick, try and make some noise, and then rotate and join the rest of the team at B.
It might just be a pure default, though. They don't have a Yoru TP down, so I think that this is just a true default. 2 players teleport towards A. getting a little bit aggressive, leading the B charge from Old Dominion. Jiggle finding that kill onto Hades with an unsuspecting Marshall. Oh, the swing! Where are we going?
Where are we going? All the way back and then back into the TP once again. That Ray's ultimate gonna get popped. Gonna try and get stalled out by Vel. Just body blocking. Throws out the ult. Doesn't hit anyone. Jiggle does get that kill though.
Jiggle finding the kill onto Vel. He just couldn't pull the shorty out quick enough. And now the bomb down. Oh, online. Decides to flood out here really quickly, but will get punished. Dirt cleaning up this round and evening out the scoreline again at 4.
What an interesting round.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, it's truly just everyone hop in the teleporter really quick. That could have worked out for USF in some sort of weird fashion.
Yeah.
I think the timing there from Vel. We are going to have a timeout come out from USF called by the coach. Do a little bit of a regroup, a little bit of discussion, I suppose, about whatever just went down.
We do see this Fade and Viper ult are online, as well as the Brim ult. So I think if you're the coach for USF, you're telling them, hey, they're about to do something quick. Defaulting is not really their style. They like to go pretty quick. So they're just going to try and get out onto site, get that Viper ult put down, probably flooding out with Fade ult, and just trying to keep the Brim ult online if they possibly can, but investing it if they have to. I would assume it would probably be A. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, so that seems like the correct assumption. That seems like the, the procedures. But ODU has been kind of a little bit of a wild card so far. Yeah. It's been a little bit hard to predict what their intentions are, how they're going to play it. And I think USF is feeling that same burn right now.
Yeah, we do have, or USF does have the Viper ult online, so they could do something of their own, like just completely denial of a site, which it might turn out to be that with Hades solo on B, Fade coming back actually, but it might actually be a default. Yoru does have the TP set up to come back towards A.
Yeah. This does seem like an intended default for ODU. Gets that pick very, very early onto Vel.
Vel getting a little aggressive here, and now that might just call for these A players to take some space. Spider does have the ult online, could shut everything down quickly if he wanted to.
Yeah. Davey's not going to get that information in the haunt being shot out very, very early. ODU might rotate out here slowly. Not going to want to stick around in Fountain much longer. Not really aiming for that B push just yet.
They're calling for this A hit with the Yoru TP being sent over. Jiggle finding a second kill. That's going to do it right there. They're going to get out. Jiggle onto site, trying to clear it all. Spider alone in U-Haul, a one-man show to try and hold it down on 1 HP as well. Getting seized, getting the Fade Dog. He's getting everything. But can he get a kill? He'll get his life as he escapes out of U-Haul.
Yeah, USF with these 3 ults online, just a question of if they pop them here or if they try to save them.
The TP right into Yoru's face in showers. Now Davey, he's a dangerous player. Occupied Sojul and Hades gets the kill. GT Cats finding that kill onto Spider, and Dirt finding one of his own lineups in his lineup spot, but expected Davey and closes that one out.
ODU does pop an ult there. So, all things considered, we're going to start seeing maybe a little bit more of that aggression from ODU's plays with these 2 ults that they still have ready, that they're still holding on to. We've got 3 rounds left in this half, so, is it worth it to keep holding these ults? Yeah.
I mean, I think they just want the best opportunity for themselves.
For sure.
I definitely see them just throwing down this Viper ult. They need to get it down.
I think it's honestly the best move for them just to, try and get another round under their belt.
Yeah. Up 5-4 so far in this half. We do see a default now out of ODU the past 2 or 3 rounds.
I think they found that it is working for them, and they're just going to keep sticking with it. They're going to send that Boombot into Hookah here. It's not going to get you till no one's holding that close just yet. Hades holding outside.
Only 2 players leaning towards the B site for USF. They did have the Yoru TP put down, but he didn't invest it. Sending another one over to help out if need be. 3 players lined up here. Look at this fight in showers. Vel almost getting caught out by this Viper. I think the execute is going to come out. That Fade Eye, the Raise Nade coming through, but they're just dumping util and not doing anything off of it.
Yeah, really interesting strategy here. Just trying to, make that noise. Doesn't seem like they plan on pushing out with it, though. They're going to rotate out of Hookah there. Probably going to go for A, but reconsiders it after Spider gets that pick onto GT Cats. They're going to commit to the B after that. Rushing in here, flooding onto site. And Davy Gravy's going to pop that ult. Hades gets the pick. Jiggle takes him out.
A quick little trade. I don't really like how ODU set that up. That it was very obvious that they were baiting for somebody on A, but nevertheless, they do have the B site. USF with the numbers advantage, though, and they're going to expand it. A 4v2. Both players stuck in elbow. Waylay does put the ult down, finding both players, hitting both of them, and finding a kill. USF have tied it up at 5.
Yeah, evening up this game once again. This has been a bit tougher of a game for USF to keep their grasp on. Not as much as a landslide as the first game was.
Yeah, no, definitely. They have been struggling a little bit in this first half, but they're finding their way back. Old Dominion, it kind of looked like they didn't really have a plan there.
No, it seems like they were like, let's just make noise, and then they were like, now what? Because now we're out of utility.
Yeah. It kind of looked like a, hey guys, look at me, I'm up showers, and then they're like, okay, we'll throw util.
Yeah, pretty much just, hey guys, I'm all the way up here. All right, let's make some noise now.
Yeah.
But USF does have 2 ults online, the Viper's Pit and the Astral Barrier. 2 great ults, 2 very strong control ultimates. Just great smokes in general as well. Great cover.
Again, leaning towards B. This has kind of been what they've been wanting to do most of this half. USF finally denying some info, but it won't be too much as they take Hookah or U-Haul. Hookah pretty easily. Yeah, I almost said Yuka. Oh, the flash out into long. Vel finding 2 kills. Hades finding 2 of his own. And now lineups in a 1v4 with little health and not much to do.
Yeah, Vel's flash is once again coming out, playing really strong, really great peak. Waylay's going to come out of TP here. Lineups is in a very tough position. Waylay's going to get back out of there, teleporting back over to A site, holding U-Haul with Walrus.
NT. Can he get out of this alive? I think at this point he just wants to keep his gun.
Yeah, it seems like he does get the opportunity to plant this bomb, though. So he's going to take it, get that little bit of extra money for the team.
Will he expect this fade in heaven? Now he may. The flood out. Oh my gosh. How is he alive? How is nobody spotted him yet? Thank you. Spider finding the kill. As lineups delayed that as long as he possibly could, the inevitable. And USF are now up 6-5 going in the last round of this half.
Yeah, USF is going to take this half just by 1 round under their belt. Going to switch sides here. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I miscounted. Whoops. Here we go. This is the last round here. But USF still in pretty good position. Guns looking great. They've got those 2 ults online. ODU not looking too bad either. 2 ults pretty close to coming online. 2 ults already online. But their gun game is looking a little bit more rough.
Yeah, ODU needs to play more for these orbs here, but it looks like they're just going to be going fast A. It's worked out for them in the past. They have those lineups ready for default, but USF are 3-stacked leaning towards the site. Interesting.
Takes out Vel very, very early. They're going to drop that Brim ult.
The Brim ult does go down. This is an interesting Viper ult in B-Long.
Oh, yeah.
USF having to retake here onto A as Old Dominion gets the plant down, gets the Viper ult down, and has Brim leaning towards main. If they need to use any lineups, I'm sure he's got them.
USF trying to predict where people might be playing in or out of this Viper's Pit. Hades gets that pick onto Sojul, though.
Lineups getting a kill of his own, but Spider finds one as well. 3v3. USF trying to barrel through. Both players on 1 HP. Viper is going to go down. It's now a 1v1. He doesn't know where Raze is. He's looking all around. He heard the sound. Goes for the swing. Jiggle finds the kill and ties it up 6-6 at halftime.
Yeah, this has been a very, very even game. Very surprising. Some of the most interesting tech I think I've seen so far on the streams this semester. ODU just trying to take this game under their belt. With whatever means possible. USF on the attack side now, though.
Every player on USF has 3 assists. This is pretty cool.
Wow.
It's just symmetry.
With the power of friendship.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
USF on the attack half, leaning towards an A hit. Old Dominion having a 2 on B, 3 on A, doubling up showers here. Default wall going on A site for Viper. And it looks like Hades is going to be a late lurk here, showers.
Yeah, Hades probably just going to wait it out. Here's all that noise coming out of showers. Here's the boom bot. Going to back up a little bit.
Oh, shorty dip. Spider finds the kill onto lineups. Hades trying to punish these teleporters. Goes for a swing, finds a dink and a kill. I don't think he meant to hit that last shot. Vel finding a kill of his own. Hades getting another.
A 1v5 here for ODU.
Yo, I believe in you, Sojul. You got this. Sojul.
I believe in you, Silver.
MT. Davey finds the kill. A flawless here to start this half. They got to be feeling pretty good.
Yeah, USF is in a great spot here, taking that pistol round without any real struggle at all. Already getting close, closer to those ults, getting closer to their guns, forcing up just a little bit, not quite 2 rifles just yet, but, getting the things they're comfortable with, things that will get them kills guaranteed.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're full buying. My ranked teammates when I used to play would all have sheriffs and ghosts right now, so I'm glad to see that there's some brains being used on the side of USF in this full buy.
Absolutely. USF's going to go for this very fast push onto site here. Waylay pushing into U-Haul with his judge.
Just a free site here for USF. Old Dominion deciding to do a full retake as 3 players come through CT. This Raze going on a very long lurk. Spider finds a kill, but will drop that judge in CT. And they opt to go towards heaven with it.
Vel's going to hold this angle here. Seems like lineups might swing it. Misses the shot.
Can't land the shot. And now Old Dominion flooding out of CT. Do have that judge in hand.
Raze coming out of showers here, gets the pick.
Davey and Vel find kills. Jiggle finds 2. Hurting this economy, making this winnable. Lineups with that judge in hand does find a kill. Now Walrus does have a star. Puts the suck down. Walrus uses that star and looks for the kills. Won't find them. Will win the round. But that was detrimental to the economy of USF.
USF did lose a lot of money on those guns there. But, winning that round overall just kind of is, what's best for them in any situation. Keeping the game going, keeping their momentum. Even if they do lose the guns, those are recoverable. ODU, however, in a great spot to get that full buy.
Yes, indeed, they are. USF do have a little bit of guns for their ego. Couple of sheriffs, couple of stingers. Looking and feeling pretty good. They're falling into a default here, leaning towards B. Do have that bomb down outside of B long. Fade Dog goes down, spotting out this Raze, forcing them through the TP. Jiggle, though, finding a kill. How did Jiggle kill? What happened?
No idea.
He just went into the TP?
Jiggle simply got that kill. Just Jiggle difference.
Okay.
A lot of ODU's players here going for that A flank. USF gonna pick up the spike finally. Gonna push up a little bit more, inching closer to B. GT Cats holding really close in hookah. Yeah,
I mean they're just getting flanked here. There's so much space taken by Old Dominion. Davey finding a kill onto GT Cats. This could low-key be winnable. They find another one onto lineups. Now it's 3v3 all of a sudden. They got 2 guns in hand and another Sheriff or Stinger, and Oh, the gun out. Pull your gun out, Davey.
USF does get the site pretty much for free after those picks.
The Phantom.
But Hayes does get a clean pick here with this Phantom. Spider playing close here in elbow with the judge.
Oh! USF Hayes going for a Ferrari peek. Does find the kill. Swings for the second. That's very detrimental. That could ruin the round. But Spider is the GOAT. Sheriff in hand and finding the trade.
Absolutely. Spider does get that clean little headshot with the Sheriff, winning them the round, stopping the defuse entirely. USF got onto site pretty easy there after they got their picks, after they got up. Everything looking fine and dandy there. They are getting close in some of these ults. They have that Fate ult online in 1 point. Viper's Pit only needs 2. Same with the Waylay ultimate. Yoru just a little ways off. On the side of ODU, though, they're not really super duper close on anything. The Raze ult's 2 points off, but other than that, looking a little bit tough. Their economy as well, a little bit disheveled. Raze forcing up for that Phantom, but the rest of the team unable to match.
Yeah, they have that Phantom online. They need to do something with it. USF running into a 4-stack here. Viper on this late lurk going to get caught out by Walrus as he was expecting it. Now running forward into this judge. Davey finding 2. 10-6 on the scoreline. USF are in double digits, and they're 3 rounds away from winning the series.
That was a really fascinating round. Just kind of playing with all of those smokes. The Brim putting all of those smokes very, very close on site. Just trying to play within them, but does kind of get a taste of his own medicine playing that close.
Full buys on the side of both teams as USF are looking to keep the momentum going. We do see an outlaw on the side of Old Dominion. Oh, we do see an outlaw on the side of Old Dominion.
Yeah, USF just trying to push up here, playing it a little slow, leaving the spike closer in mid here. Bell takes out 2 already, popping this ult, just trying to get some intel, running onto the site, pings the Brimstone.
Aware that they're, oh my gosh, Spider saying you're not running away from me. Sojual finding the trade onto Spider, but Davey getting that trade as well. GT Cats in a 1v4, and it looks like they just want to keep their gun here.
Yeah, GT Cat's going to play in their own smoke for a split second, just running around, just trying to evade anyone. But is stomping it up. Not sure how well they will be able to save this gun.
I'm putting in a prediction right here. GT Cats dies in deep T-side spawn.
You know,
oh, actually, that's a bad prediction. I'm looking at all of USF going CT side.
Yeah, you know, maybe don't predict. Maybe don't predict it.
Hey, I'm a good gambler, not a good predictor. USF are going to improve here, 11-6 on the score, 2 rounds away from closing this series out. Old Dominion, you got to find your way back into this game if you want to get back into the series and get back into the season as well. Having a tough time this season so far.
Absolutely. Old Dominion was doing pretty good on that attack. You know, playing a little bit unpredictable and kind of in a way that, you know, doesn't really make sense. And that worked out for them. You know, getting rid of that predictability in whatever way, shape, or form just kind of works out. But here on their defense side, it's just kind of, you know, a little bit tough where they're just playing pretty close and it's kind of, you know, not working out for them.
Yeah, their protocols in place aren't very great. Jiggle does find the kill. Waylay does not want anything with that judge. And TP's back on out. All the rest of the 3 players have rotated over to this B site. We now have a 5-stack with the bomb stuck in Hookah. Vel and Walrus find kills. Lineup finds a trade. A 2v3 now.
Spider in a tough position trying to get the spike, but can't quite get in there. Ray's going to drop a little bit more utility. Also has that ultimate ready.
Spider and Vel. 2 men with a dream to reclaim this bomb and get through this double hold. The blind goes through. They find 1. They find the second. Spider off the flash, finding 2 kills. Val finding 1 of his own. Just complete clockwork there for USF. And they clean that one up. Match series point.
Here we go into the round that determines if we keep playing this game or not. USF looking pretty strong here. They've got that Viper ultimate online. They've got guns. They're running the Odin. Looks like Hades is probably planning to pop that ultimate there. You know, getting the Odin. Just probably going to play inside, try and get that damage from anywhere involved in that ultimate.
Or he's trolling.
Or he's trolling, you know.
Raze playing very much in their face. Does have ult online.
ODU going to play really aggressive here.
Oh, they're not going to expect Jiggle. The ult does come through. Yoru wants nothing to do with that. Rosa in a main, and Hades with the Odin finds the kill onto Jiggle. Now Vel getting his team out onto the A site. 2 players remaining back site. The Brim ult does go down. The bomb is isolated now towards triple.
Viper's Pit gonna get popped here.
Oh, behind you!
Space. Great pick from Davy Gravy. Does get traded out by Dirt. Vel getting that trade as well.
USF with the numbers advantage. And, oh, this is super awkward. Finds the spot.
This is a very awkward little corner here.
The one spot that he can get here.
Out of the ult.
Yeah.
ODU stuck in an awkward predicament here. One on the flank, one going down heaven ramp. Soul Jewel does take one out, but gets traded out by Vel. GT Cats here. Takes out one.
Now, with a tough task, does have the Viper ult online. Vel getting out, but the timing, and Vel with the 3K closes this one out. USF win the series 2-0.
Absolutely clean plays coming out from USF during this game. A little bit tough in that first half.
Yeah, I mean, USF definitely struggled a little bit. ODU kind of got their footing from that first game, but USF pulled through that second half. I don't know if they lost a single round, did they? It was 6-6 a half.
Yeah, I guess they didn't, huh?
Yeah.
So, you know, clean second half coming out from USF. They really locked in. They figured out whatever was messing them up in that first half, and they just decided to correct and keep pushing. Yeah.
USF going to improve to 3-2 on the season, trying to break up that little 3-way tie for 4th and find their way onto LAN. ODU going to fall to 0-5, unfortunately. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. It was a great night for Valorant. We'll see you next time. Go Bulls.